Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Strahota, and today I'm going to be talking to you very quickly about Manifest Destiny. This is literally only 2 slides, so this should not take very long at all, and then I will explain your next assignment. So, this concept of Manifest Destiny. What does Manifest Destiny mean? Well, I'm sure you've all heard of the word destiny before, and destiny typically refers to it was something that was just meant to happen. Like it was your destiny that you were supposed to end up where you are. Well, this concept of manifest destiny was the American people saying it is our destiny to move west. Obviously, during the Revolutionary War, after we won, we just had the original 13 states on the eastern coast of the United States. And then slowly we started moving west. Thomas Jefferson, with the Louisiana Purchase, doubled the size of the United States. And obviously, that area was west of the original 13 states. But manifest destiny refers to this concept of we're going to start moving even further west. So, what is now present day California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico? This concept that now we're going to start moving west because it is our God given right and it is our destiny to move west. Now, this would obviously come with some negatives, but who are some of these people who were moving west? Well, the exact definition of manifest destiny, first off, is the belief in the 1800s that the U.S. was destined by God to expand across the continent from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean, which meant moving east to west. So, who are some of the people moving? Mormons. So, Mormons is a religious group. They decided that there was more opportunities out west, and if you're familiar with the Mormon religion and the Mormon population, there's a large Mormon population in the state of Utah in the United States, which of course is in the western part of the United States. The 49ers, for any of my NFL fans out there who like football, and this is a tough topic to talk about because the 49ers absolutely dominated the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game last year. But the reason the San Francisco 49ers football team has their name was because they discovered gold in California in, you guessed it, 1849. So, thus, the creative name for the NFL team of the 49ers. So they were out searching for gold. Obviously, they wanted to get rich, and gold was very valuable, so they wanted to go and find some gold in California. Farmers were moving west, a lot of really good farmland in central and western United States, as long as you stayed out of the mountains. So they wanted to go find new opportunities for farming because obviously farming and producing crops and different items to sell would make money for people as well. Native Americans, now this is kind of the negative and the downfall, is obviously there was Native Americans who were already living in the western parts of America prior to people coming and taking the land from them. And whether you have a lot of knowledge on this concept or not, obviously we were not very nice to Native Americans and we pushed a lot of them out of their lands where they'd been living for thousands of years. So that was obviously one of the big negatives of people moving west is they pushed a lot of the Native Americans out. Exodusters. Exodusters is a really cool word, but it's not so great a backstory. Exodusters refers to African Americans who started migrating west. And the reason they were migrating west was because they were still not being treated very, very well at all in both the eastern and southern parts of the United States. So they decided to start migrating west, hoping for new opportunity and for a safer lifestyle where they weren't being persecuted and threatened by individuals who were threatening them where they lived prior to them moving. So they sought new opportunities moving west as well. Cowboys. You've all heard of cowboys. You've probably seen some cowboy movies. Woody from Toy Story is a cowboy. Lame joke. Sorry. But cowboys. So obviously cowboys, they could form large farms and large ranches, and they could have a lot of cattle, and they could herd them, and then they could sell them because one of the main ways for people to transport themselves during this time period was, of course, cattle and mostly horses. So cowboys were also very popular out in the West as well. And then, of course, railroad workers. We don't have airplanes yet at this time. We don't have planes. So what are we going to do? Well, trains are going to start coming around, and they are going to allow for faster transport of goods across this now vast United States of America, because now we've extended ourselves from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Pacific Ocean. So we need a way and a means of transporting goods. So we're going to use the railroad system, and of course, to make railroads, you need workers for that. So those are the members who would move west during this time period of Manifest Destiny and Westward Expansion. What I'm going to quickly show you is the assignment that you're going to work on for me next. And this is the forces shaping the American West. And what it has is it shows 4 members here: miners, cowboys, natives, and homesteaders, as groups who settled the West. And what I'm going to ask you to do is read this box up here, and then you're going to simply answer the 4 questions below. Now, you might not be an expert and be able to answer these 4 questions perfectly, but what I do want you to do is to use some of your background knowledge, as well as maybe some educated guesses as to what you think the answers to these questions would be. And you can also utilize everything I just talked about with that one slide I just referred to. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, but I really want to see what answers you come up with for these 4 questions. So that is the concept of Manifest Destiny, our God-given right to move west. And of course, that is how we expanded from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Pacific Ocean and have now all 50 states today. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.